Okay, we are back on a Tuesday.
Oh yeah, it is Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. The children are back in school. And
Luckily, we're both stay-at-home dads, so we can do this all day, every day now.
what a relief. Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home dog dad. And Sam,
Yeah, no, we both have jobs, full-time jobs.
just kidding.
So,
Yeah,
it's not
it's been tough. But we got together today. Fortunately, we're randomly both off, and we're gonna try and get the rest of this heater box together and do a little bit of testing on that and kind of just see where we get. I replaced all the foam with the foam kit from MVP Motorsports. So I went through, disassembled the box, and I'll include some of that in here too. But that is done. I reassembled the box after splitting it, replaced the expansion valve, and replaced basically everything I knew from Toyota. I have an aftermarket heater core because they don't sell them, and the heater core we have is just full of dirt.
Yeah, I was drunk.
And I mean, I don't know, maybe you could take it to like a radiator shop or something like that and have them like do something. I considered that, but I'm just gonna, run the new one, put it on the shelf. I'm gonna keep it and just maybe I'll drop it off and have it just ready to go if there ever were an issue.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Since it's not available. So that's the plan with that. I can't get a new heater valve. I tried. I thought I could order one, but they're different between right-hand drive and left-hand drive cars. So there's that. And yeah, I replaced what I could. So now that it's all back together, I'm going to show you the box and kind of give you a little run through quick of what's left to do. This is the reassembled box with all the foam. Here's some nice minty new foam, and I'll pop a picture up showing you kind of what the foam looked like before because it was bad. The only real issue I had here, other than time itself and the amount of time this takes to do, was the adhesive that I used. I ended up using some 3M sheets, which I'll put a link in there. There was another person that posted a video about how they did their kind of gluing project with this and how they glued the foam to the doors. And so I'll share that info, but this, had it all apart, all back together. So we're going to kind of cycle through these motors, servos, motors. Okay, yeah. We're going to cycle through them, give them some power, and just make sure everything moves without binding or anything like that. The last step is to get this harness back on. It kind of wraps around the entire box. So I took a bunch of pictures of that, and we're going to try and, get that accomplished. And then the heater core, one of the problems with that was this new heater core that I ordered. Got it from the UK. The only difference is these side parts. I bulked up the foam over here because it's not as wide as the previous one, as the OEM one. So, I got this. I don't know how pretty this looks, but once it's all tucked in, honestly, it'll be really hard to tell, and you'll really only see this part of it. So I think it'll look okay. And also, it's not a thing that people look at, so I don't care. Okay, so
it's in the dash.
Yeah, it's in the dash. So if you make it back here, yeah, go blank yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you can judge us all you want
after you pull it.
If you have this whole thing out and you see that and you don't think it looks very nice.
So yeah, we're going to try and get some O-rings in here. I bought 2 O-ring kits that, of course, are
nothing's
less than ideal, but we're going to make something work, and we're going to test this with some pressure, cycle through with some power, and there's like a bunch of these. There's one here that I don't have hooked up yet, but that's the one that I rebuilt that we were initially having the problem with. Then there's this one here, and there's one on the side over here. So I'll get all the pins that we need to provide power and move everything. But otherwise, that's all of it reassembled. And we're going to get to work kind of finishing up the assembly.
We're trying to make sure all this stuff is clocked correctly. As you can see, it's not a straightforward shape. There's all these clamps and stuff, so we got this in here.
And I foamed the crap out of this thing.
Yeah, this new foam is really stiff. So when we get it all the way in here, there's just a little bit of a gap. I don't know what that is. It's got to be, I mean, it's like 5-10 millimeters maybe.
Yeah, once we squeeze it all the way, because like even in here, it's not all the way squeezed down. But once we get it, there's just a gap in this area with the heater valve. And Sam was saying, you know, we don't want to put pressure on that plastic piece or this connection for that matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We definitely don't want to break this because we can't get it. But even if we didn't break it and we just ran the screws down, it could bend this connection and easily cause a leak. So we pulled it all back apart again to look at it. It does seem like there wasn't anything specific in the way that it was hanging up on, but this foam is just a lot more dense and a lot more stiff. And looking at the old heater core, see if I can grab both of these at the same time. The old heater core has the same type of setup, but this foam is a lot squishier. It's a lot less dense.
You can see. Yeah, this one has like no give to it really.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to switch up the foam on the bottom of this, because that'll allow us to bring it down further. There's actually these like recessions in this box for where those
here and here.
Yeah, I can't do it with the camera, but but yeah, there's those recessions, and we want to try and get it tucked as closely to that as possible, but then also with a good enough seal around the outside here to prevent any like leaking or anything like that. So so I think we're going to redo this foam. Sam had some of this foam tape here, so I think we're going to try and put a layer on there and see what we can do. I would just like our viewers to know too that I never wanted to do a project like this, to be fair. We're going to be making this thing turbo and doing cool things and bolting on parts, and I aspire to have just a table full of parts that we can just...
Yeah, this is not the have fun part.
Also, shout out to the people who do, you know, restorations on cars. How do you do this? I mean, I know why it's so much money, because especially doing this for somebody else.
Yeah.
My goodness. I understand doing this for yourself when you want something nice, but...
Well, now you understand why most people don't do something like this until they retire.
Yeah, I guess.
And they've got 6 to 8 hours a day to putz.
Quitters. Can't even keep a job. Retirement. Something our generation doesn't need to know about.
Yeah. We're not going to get any of that, that's for sure.
No. You think after 40 years of work that you're going to just, what, retire?
You're just going to stop?
Come on. Who do you think you are? So, we'll just pop this on like this. Might need some trimming as well. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, that seems quite a bit better though.
And you can squish that a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you pushed on it and it was just solid.
Yeah, look at that. That's going to actually pull it in. Okay, cool. Okay. That looks better. We got the power probe connected here to the battery and the Soup Daddy. And Sam, we have these procedures here that tell you how to test each motor. So what Sam is going to do is do this. This is the one that I took apart and rebuilt here. Rebuilt. You know, I don't know, lubed up, cleaned. So anyway, there's, I think it says, what does it say, power? I think you just do power to one and ground to another and then switch them to make it go either way.
Right.
So I'm going to have Sam try that now.
Do it like this.
It's kind of in the middle, you see?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah. Wee. And then switch them. Oh, hold on. Let me go over here. Okay. Beautiful. Feels like
Switch is sticking.
What switch? Oh, on there?
This, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So now we know ultimately that this works, the motor works. And that's kind of what I just wanted to do is test all these. This, I haven't done anything with any linkages. I don't think there's like a big linkage on this one, but this one
damper
is 2 and 3.
This
is 5 and 2 and 3 and 2. So the two next to each other.
Okay.
Sorry.
5 and 2.
Yeah, 5 is all the way above the pin.
Positive lead goes to 2. Okay.
Oh, in here. I gotta get over here.
And negative lead to 5.
There we go. And that opens up. Okay.
And then
3 and 2.
Positive lead goes to 2. Again. Okay.
Yeah, this one's tricky to get.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Lovely. And all those doors are moving, which is great.
Cool. Want to see it again?
Yeah. Everything seals up in there. Lovely. Okay, that's good. All right, and then this one, so that's air inlet. So this is air outlet over here. And this is air mix. Air mix, air outlet. This is the complicated one. Just go like this.
I mean, I was just looking at this, you know.
Yeah.
Seeing that it's all the way at the end of its run there.
Yeah, it has an interesting thing where it kind of like clips in, like at the end. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
There's like a stay, you know?
Hmm.
That's nice.
One more time, just to be safe. Hard to tell if I got the ground connection good. There we go.
Awesome. Okay, so that's all of the motors working, which means beyond this, it's like a signal issue of some sort.
Well, or harness issue.
Or harness issue, yeah, which, I mean, I guess we could test. I know there's probably a procedure in the thing.
Well, and it's a little bit tedious, but what we could do, we know which pins do what here. So we can see this is yellow with blue. And
you want to just write it down
line and white with a silver stripe.
All right, so now Sam's going to go over to the harness and find those wires. And this will verify that the harness is functional. All right, so I just put some white lithium grease on here. And then we're just going to cycle that through. You know, I just did a little art project, kind of painted it around.
So, but the important part is here, we went through and tested everything else through this main connector here. I keep losing. These are my own bad connections here. It's kind of hard to do all this at once, but we tested everything else multiple times. Kind of boring shit.
A little bit boring, but I think it's pretty cool after going this deep into it all.
Is that all the way? Oh, it did go all the way. Oh, no bad. Couldn't see. Yeah, but at least now, so now we know. Check everything right here.
Beautiful. Cool. Awesome. And yeah, like Sam said, we cycled through all the other ones too, just to test through the harness. So now we know that basically the signal is getting from here to the servos to actuate the doors.
Wires are good. Connections are good.
Yeah.
So as long as everything getting to here is good, everything will work.
Yeah, we're
We'll
pretty
see.
confident in that. And I don't think, yeah, this is all actuated on the bottom by this one because it runs straight through the box.
Yeah, it's got that big
Yeah,
connection.
so I was thinking to myself, I don't think there's anything else left to check. The service manual has, you know, all the actuator testing procedures. So that's what we started with, was just activating the pins on the servos themselves, and ran it back to the harness, and that is all good news, and I love that. Other than that, we're going to snap down this wiring harness, install what's left here, which is not many things. We need to also test this I'm going to get the vacuum pump from Joel and then pull a vacuum on that to make sure that that holds a vacuum. Otherwise, we'll know that those connections we made were not, you know, good enough.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be.
But hopefully that's good.
If that's good, then
it'll be ready to go in.
Yeah.
Which is a long, long road.
Throw it back together.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're on our way back together.
Yeah, heck yeah. This has been a long road. Getting this all together. I've been doing this like on and off all summer, and also trying to, you know, spend time with our families and loved ones.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Yeah, it's been not easy. So this is awesome. Pumped about this. And then the next thing we'll be testing that. The other thing we'll have to test is like that AC amplifier. They have a testing procedure for that to make sure that that's another common like gotcha.
For sure.
With this thing. Mine, I did pull the thing apart because I was looking for the same type of like leaky capacitor sort of thing. It looks good. So, I mean, that doesn't really mean anything, but
yeah,
visual inspection, it's pretty good. I'm feeling good about today.
Yeah, that was good.
Unexpected day, but everything is looking good here with the heater box. Everything functions.
Yeah.
So we got that going. I know, what is this? I got to figure out where this guy goes. What about that little guy? I don't know. I got to figure out where he goes.
I know where that goes.
You know where that goes? Dude, how do you know this? He's got the memory. Is just, maybe it's common sense. I don't know. Okay, let's not worry about that.
Yeah, no.
I'll figure that out. We'll just rest it there for now. It may require more disassembly.
It's close to that. Somewhere near here.
So, got this looking good. Everything functions. The harness functions from here. So now we know that if there's a heating problem still and that actuator's not working, that I think our problem is down the line.
Yeah, it's either the controls or another part of a harness or something.
Yeah. So those are all good things. I'm going to keep up with the harness. And then next we'll be probably putting it back in the car.
Yeah, we'll just got to test the heater core. Just test those connections.
Yeah, I got to pull the vacuum, which I'll show a video of that, and me pulling a vacuum on the heater core to see that all of our connections were good. Because we just have that one O-ring that we made work. But I don't know. But Sam, thanks for coming and hanging out.
Of course.
And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, just send me a message on Instagram, and one of us can get back to you pretty quickly. But I've had a fair amount of questions about a lot about carpet dyeing and everything, and it's been cool to see people, you know, just wanting more info on the projects, which I can usually tell you because we have to cut it down enough to make it not terribly boring. But thanks for watching.